obviously. No, that is where I apply for network marketing. What I'm actually telling you guys is that every single card that is not either a jack, a queen, a king, or an ace, they do nothing. They literally have joined your business and they have quit. The great reality of network marketing is this is most people because we are running a volunteer sales force. Yeah. Okay. So this is going to be everything from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 worthless jacks, queens, kings. Those are pretty much and aces. Those are basically going to be your people who run auto ships. Maybe your ace is somebody who, makes $1,000 in sales a month, and we would be looking for the jokers, but since there are no jokers in this deck, we're going to look for the aces, okay? So all I'm going to do, I didn't rig it, okay? I just shuffled it, okay? Is we're just going to flip cards. So this is you. You got your first recruit. Congratulations, you're in business. This person does nothing. Now, you're still motivated because you got on a phone call with your sponsor. Your sponsor says, don't worry about it. This happens a lot. Don't you worry about it. This happens a lot, Steve. Don't worry. You just keep going, and you flip another card. It is a 6. This person also does nothing. At this point, you might already be kind of getting frustrated because then you recruit somebody else and they also do nothing. And then you recruit somebody else. Oh my gosh, we have a smart ship. We have a smart ship. We have an auto ship. Okay, you're starting to feel a little bit better about yourself because you're like, oh my gosh, I finally have a running mate. I have somebody who shows up to calls. I have somebody that's worth a hoot. Now, keep in mind that took you 4 recruits to get anybody who even does something, but it's better than nothing. So you're rejuvenated, you're excited, you get on the phone with your sponsor, with your upline, and you're like, oh my God, I'm doing it. I got somebody who's doing something. And they say, awesome. And maybe this somebody that does something brings this person to business who does something. Now you have a line of business doing something. That's exciting. You are probably feeling really good in the neighborhood. Okay, and you keep recruiting, and then you get a recruit. This is exciting. Okay, now this is when people start to get delusional. You've got 3 in a row that are all doing something, one of which was an ace. Remember I said this would be the joker, right? This person is smashing. This person's on every call. This person is selling their butts off. This person is also recruiting. This person is plugged in. This person is influential. You are so excited about your business because you got somebody doing something. Let's flip a card. Nothing. Flip a card. Oh, we have another runner. I love it. See, it's a random exercise. I just love this. I love this training so much. Another person doing nothing. Another person doing nothing. Another person doing nothing. Another person doing nothing. That is 6 in a row, I think, doing literally nothing. This tends to be when people start to quit. And I want to tell you guys something. A business of 4, is not a stable business. Right? You cannot quit because people who were never going to do anything never did anything anyway. You know what I mean? I heard something the other day, and I want to share that with you as we continue to flip cards. Nothing. Oh, somebody running an auto ship. Oh, nothing. Oh, someone with an auto ship. Oh, nothing. 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 Starting to question your business yet? Nothing. Oh, yeah, you are. Oh, yeah, you are. You're questioning everything. Let me tell you guys something. The network marketing business is built off of tourists. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean that in a really positive thing, honestly speaking. Because if you look at Rome, I don't know if you know this, but I flew to Rome on June 1st, 2020. I stayed in Italy and Spain for the entire summer. And when I was there, I kind of looked around a lot, and it was interesting. The entire Italian economy was getting ruined because there were no tourists. And whenever I go to Italy, first of all, I know I look Italian, right? But nobody makes me feel this small because I'm a tourist. Nobody gets mad at me for not speaking Italian well. Nobody makes me feel like I don't belong. And I guarantee that if more of you would work your business, or even when you get people like this, and you get people like this, and you get people like this, these are all people doing nothing. If you understood that the network marketing profession is built off of tourists, it's about people who are even here today who Maybe you're on here because you love Fraser. Maybe you're watching me do this training because you love me and you follow me online. Maybe you love these trainers and that's why you're on here, and that's your place. But let me tell you something. If we would spend more time in our profession loving and respecting those tourists where they are and not making them feel this small for not yet speaking the language, your entire business will thrive. And so it is a numbers game. Eventually you're going to get through all of these cards, and eventually you're going to have all your car earners, and you're going to have all your stable businesses with their auto ships, and you're going to have a business that can pay you residual income. But every single time you are building your business and you're looking at it like a deck of cards of 52 people, I want you to ask yourself, have you gotten through the 52 cards? Because let me tell you something I know to be a total fact in this space. Recruiting is the answer. Recruiting is the answer. It's not that people are numbers, but it is that the network marketing profession is a numbers game. And if you understand that not everybody's going to be a king, not everybody's going to be an ace, not everybody's going to be a joker and be self-sufficient, independent, but as long as you know where you're going, it's a different game. Now, let's talk about that. Let's talk about recruiting. Let's talk about sponsoring, because for me, if you ask me, which you did ask me, that's why y'all are watching me on this Training of Success Summit. There is a big difference between recruiting and sponsoring. And I say that because I'm telling you right now, there's a lot of people out there who, they can be amazing recruiters, but they are the worst sponsors. And something I like to say, and maybe you can write this down if you're taking notes, is that businesses will scale at the speed of love. And maybe that's a little hocus pocus for some of you, and maybe that's a little woo woo for some of you, and maybe some of you that makes you feel like, oh God, Jessie Lee's one of those people. Well, you know what? Maybe I am one of those people. Because I will tell you that the more that I've gotten to know people, the more I've gotten to love people, the more I've allowed people into my heart, the more my business has scaled. And I don't find that to be a coincidence. I find that just to be a universal fact. The reason Fraser and I get along so well is, yes, we have an amazing friendship, but our friendship is so real. We talk about Svetlana, we talk about my partner, we talk about so many things that have nothing to do with business. Because the businesses are scaling at the speed of love. And so I want to talk to you guys about this. I want to talk to you about sponsoring versus recruiting. Recruiting is the act of actually enrolling somebody. Sponsoring, totally different. Sponsoring, getting to know somebody. And to not be insensitive, I like to compare sponsoring to AA, like Alcoholics Anonymous, like Narcotics Anonymous, like any of those programs where people who need help go and they find a sponsor. Well, if people are choosing you as their sponsor, my friend Nolas, okay, what are you doing to make sure that person feels seen? Alcoholics Anonymous doesn't work if you go to a meeting and somebody's like, oh, hey, don't do it. Don't do it, but the alcohol's over there. Okay, figure it out. No. Sponsorship in Alcoholics Anonymous works when somebody goes, hey, look, man, I know it's a rough day. Call me. Hey, I know today sucked. Call me. I'm here. You're not alone. Well, your business is no different. This drives me crazy. There are more people in network marketing that they recruit somebody, and then instead of plugging them into a system, whatever that may be for you, it's like they join the witness protection program. Can we stop with the witness protection programs? I want you to start to get to know your people. I want you to reach out. I want you to tell people you've been thinking about them. I want you to find out their favorite things. I want you to find out their partners' names. I want you to find out their dogs' names, their cats' names, their llamas' names, whatever. Okay? I want you to find out their dream car. I want you to find out if they like silver, if they like gold. I want you to find out where they're from. Well, most of you are in Europe. These people are not necessarily from the country in which that they are living in right now, okay? Find out where they're from. Find out who they are. Find out what drives them, what gets them going, what's motivating them. Find out as a sponsor, where are the rough patches you've had in your life and in your business? Where are the places that you have insecurities from your past? Where and what are the things that have made you uncomfortable? So I can guide you through it. So when I can sense that something is going on with you, I can pick up the phone and say, what is going on? I am here for you. What is going on? Too many of you are out there really not trying to sponsor anybody. You're so busy trying to recruit those last couple of people to get yourself to your rank, to your promotion, to your, your diamond, your pin, your whatever. You're not focusing in on the most important part of network marketing, and that is the relationship. It is the relationship. People will also join you more because they see the way you interact with your team. I'm a massive recruiter in every country we're open in. I don't speak the same language as a lot of you, and it doesn't matter. A lot of my personal recruits, we do not speak the same language, but we speak the same language here because I get to know them. Because I stop, I slow down. I ask them what's going on in their life. I ask them what's going on with their partners. I want to find out where they're trying to go in their business. I want to know why they want to make 10,000 euros a month. I want to find out if they want to move to Germany because they don't like living in wherever anymore. I want to know all these little nuances about them because that's what a sponsor does. And when you sponsor people instead of just recruiting them, your business will erupt because people start to trust you. Well, y'all already know. Somebody's probably said it during training this weekend. People do business with people they know, people they like, people they trust. Well, what is it about you that makes me know you, like you, trust you? If you're not talking to me, if you're not commenting on my stuff, if you're not engaging on my social media, if I comment and you don't comment back, I don't feel like you care. Don't you think that in a time and a place when people can find anyone they want on the internet, probably what's going to keep people to stick and stay and get their pay is somewhere in there a deeper rooted relationship where they feel like they know you? And then what does a good sponsor do? A good sponsor shows the example. It's not old school network marketing anymore. God bless it. Thank God. It's not old school network marketing anymore. You know what I'm talking about. When people would just recruit people and you'd never hear from them ever again. You never had to post on social media. You never had to be transparent. You never had to show up to trainings. You could go to a corporate event and hang out in the hall and nobody would say anything. Those days are so over. You've got to be the TikToker. You've got to be on Instagram. You've got to get on YouTube. You've got to use Facebook. You've got to do Zooms all the time. You've got to show up and be present for people because in this day and age, again, people want to know who they're sponsored by. They want to know who that person is that got in their hearts. People are not signing up with the big names anymore all the time. They're signing up with the people that they go, I connected with you. I resonated with you. And so ask yourself, how often are you putting yourself out there? Ask yourself, how often are you talking to the people that you say you care about? Ask yourself, what does a sponsor need to do? What does a sponsor need to do? I mean, really, it comes down to communication. Here, I'll give you an assignment right now. How many of you can go in your phone, please? Can you please go in your phone and, I don't know, just go message maybe 5 people? Something I heard that I really, really loved at a training recently is they said, write your top 100 list. And I don't know how big your team is. I don't think it matters how big your team is. Who is in your top 100 influential people on your team? If you have a team of 100, that's everybody. And I want you to ask yourself, when was the last time you connected with those people? When was the last time you wrote a card? When was the last time you sent a text message? When was the last time you wrote birthday cards to your top 100? When was the last time you wished them a happy anniversary? When was the last time you did any of those things? And I don't say that's making you feel bad. I'm saying that to you because aren't those the people that keep your business moving? Aren't the top 100 most influential people on your team the people that are going to move your needle? Do you even know them? Do you even know if they have health conditions that they keep kind of quiet? Do you even know if some of them have infertility issues or other health issues? Do you know if their marriage is good? Because I'll tell you, they'll tell you if they trust you. And don't you think that if people trust you, they're going to build a bigger business with you? Don't you think that if they know how much you actually care, they care how much you know? None of you on here are stupid. Everyone at Success Summit is smart. You're much smarter than other people, right? For sure, you're here. But Even if you know everything in the world, if people aren't connecting with you, they don't trust you. They're not listening. They're not implementing. Because not only do they not believe in themselves, but they don't believe in you. And so when I talk about recruiting versus sponsorship, what I am so much talking about is, are you taking the time? Are you taking the time to build those relationships in depth? Are you taking the time to, yes, recruit them, but then mold them into the leaders they can be? Something I hear so often in 2021 drives me crazy is people talk all the time about, oh, recruit up, recruit up. Why don't you just build up? If you can't recruit up, why don't you build up? Why don't you build that ground foundation with those human beings, showing them how much you care about them, showing them how much you love them, showing them how much you want to see them win. And then when they trust you, building the skill sets inside of it that allow you to help them actually win because the trust is there. Because otherwise, when this is their deck of cards, and it's a hot mess full of 7s and 6s and 2s and 5s and 4s and 10s and 9s and 8s and oopsies, and you're trying to tell them, this is normal. This is so normal. This is so normal. This is so normal. Only if they trust you. Only if you've sponsored them. Only if you've built that rapport are they ever going to listen to you. And I heard something from a friend of mine this week, and she said there are really some people out there who are taking really bad advice from people who can't even hold rank. Ooh, holy moly. Holy moly. Well, maybe people aren't holding rank because they don't like you. And they're one foot out the door and the other on a banana peel. Because they never felt loved by you. And they never felt appreciated by you. And they never felt seen by you. And they never felt communicated to by you. Sponsor people. Recruiting is the easy thing. Sponsoring takes vulnerability on your part. Sponsoring takes authenticity on your part. Sponsoring takes letting people in your life. I know it's not easy, especially in Europe, but it's so worth it. It's so worth it. Because all of these people, even the people that are the 2s and the 3s and the 4s and the 5s, I truly believe that you can sponsor anybody to greatness. It takes time. It takes patience. It takes the right timing. It takes the right mindset. It takes them being willing and coachable and hungry. But I can promise you, I've been doing this a long enough time now, my friends. It's been 10 years of direct sales, 6 years of network marketing, 10 years of entrepreneurship. I can tell you right now, I have turned many a dud into a stud. And it was because my heart was in the right place. I was patient. I had systems. I was loving, I was kind, and I got to know those people, who they are, what makes them tick, what is their love language, who are they playing for, what are they doing this for. And then on those days when they wanted to quit, before they ever got the opportunity, I always made sure to reach out and be a friend, be a mentor, be a leader, and be a sponsor. Because if you look at the people in the world that are able to maintain sobriety, they don't do it alone. They connect with somebody, they allow that person to guide them, to mentor them, to sponsor them, and then they do recover. And so I want you to think about that as you move forward in your business. Who can you get to know a little bit more? Can you make your top 100 list? And most importantly, can you go through your deck of cards? Do not rely on your team to get you where you want them to go. Stay in stage 1 activity. Lead from the front. Show people it's never too late to bring new business in business. And if you don't like your team, go get a new one. Go get a new one. It is never too late to become the leader you want to be. I love you guys and I appreciate you so much. Fraser, you're the best. I love you. I am so thankful you asked me to be part of Success Summit. I'm so thankful. I have so many team members on here that I know are going to join the inner circle because they're super, super smarty pants. And I hope all of you go flip your deck of cards. Go see how long it takes you to flip 52 new recruits and see if your business doesn't look completely different in just a year's time. I promise you where you are today is not where you will end up as long as you continue to move those cards. I love y'all. Have a great one. My name is Jessie Lee. You can call me #BossLee. Cheers from America.
Jessie Lee Ward, everyone. I told you, she's fire. And you know what? There's two sides of it. There's Boss Lee and there's Jessie Lee. Jessie Lee definitely came and showed her heart today. Here's the fun thing, right? When the speakers are backstage, they can't hear anything I said. You saw, remember on day one, when Jordan Adler and Larry and Taylor Thompson were like, when Jordan Adler and Larry and Taylor Thompson were like, I can't hear what you said. I hope it's cool. So she's not being able to hear me talk to you guys about the story of me calling her Jessie and she correcting me. And she goes and says it. It's so crazy how we're so aligned. And the card trick, again, another example of alignment. I first did the card trick in 2012. And the fact that she's doing it now, it's just so, like, I'm watching it, like, where we're here and I'm watching on the TV here. And I'm like, I just don't, we're so aligned. We're so aligned. It's crazy. And she is incredible. She is an amazing sponsor. And she's so right. It doesn't matter the number of people you recruit. It matters the number of people who stay. It's like the money example, right? It's not the amount of money that you make. It's the amount of money that you keep. It's the same in network marketing. It doesn't matter the number of people you recruit. It matters the number of people that you can keep. If you can keep 9 out of 10, you can go keep 90 out of 100. And it's funny because one of the Inner Circle members came to me a few weeks ago and said, I've just had a leader leave my team and they're starting to like literally just completely destroy the rest of the team because they're just kind of trying to move people over. And I said, well, whose fault's that? They said, yeah, their fault, they're destroying my team. I said, no, it's your fault. You have to give them a reason. They have to really sit there when they get this opportunity and straight away be like, no, I'm not being a traitor. I'm not being disloyal to my upline. I'm not being disloyal to my family. Instead of, oh, maybe I should, because people will value how they feel and how they're loved and how they're appreciated and how they're adored and how they're admired before the money that's coming in. Because love comes before the money. It just does. It just does. So important. I love you, Jessie Lee. You're incredible. I really, really do. And I just appreciate everything that you do. And yeah, I'm excited to be able to run with her and help change